Welcome back to How Kicks Makes Comics. In the last episode, I talked about how Kicks got started with me submitting a short story to an anthology and then realizing that I had something with the potential to do more with it. Once I decided to create an actual comic book, my next step was to generate concept art for all of the main characters. I wrote descriptions for Lawboy, Alfie, Justness, Misdemeanor, Crime Spree, Kevin, Piper, and Carson. These were going to be the main characters I was dealing with in the first 3 issues of Kicks Comics. The truth be known, I tend to have fairly simple descriptions and rely on the artist to have a better aesthetic vision than I do. I interviewed several artists and settled on one, which is the artist I continue to work with on the project. Here's my description of Lawboy from the script. Lawboy wears a red business suit with white trim that color matches Justness' costume. The straps of a red leather briefcase on his back are visible. His appearance is neat and orderly. After a lengthy discussion of what Lawboy's briefcase looked like, this was the first image from the artist. The briefcase threw him off because it wasn't a standard item. It was a briefcase with shoulder straps so Lawboy could wear it like a backpack. I had to find several examples of what I wanted from images on the internet. This is the second image the artist generated for Lawboy. At this stage of the process, the two of us were dialing in the art style. I'd done a little bit of thinking about it, but had sort of expected the artist to take care of that. I realized that I needed to make some decisions on the artistic direction for the entire project because this would be something that affected all the stories that took place in the Kick universe. I decided what colors I should use, and not only the colors, but the tones of those colors. A friend of mine helped me to understand what color palette was, and I picked one out. I felt that these colors had a retro feel to them, which is exactly what I wanted for the comic. I was also working on the logo for the company, and this was a key component of any work I would do on that. Justness was a little easier to dial in. I wanted a classic brick, big, handsome, and powerful. I wanted him to be a cliche because he's meant to represent superheroes as a whole, or at least superheroes as we see them in the comic industry. Here's the description of Justness that the artist had to work with. Justness has a typical Dudley Do-Right smile. He is powerfully built and handsome. Justness wears a white costume with red highlights, including a red Scales of Justice symbol across his chest. The costume includes a simple mask that only covers his eyes. By the time I reached this point, I realized that while the concept of characters were being realized by my artist, I knew that I wanted an older, less flashy style for the art. I wanted flatter images, 2D style art as opposed to the 3D style that is popular today. Once again, because I want Kicks to have a retro feel to it. My artist gave me headshots, then he gave me a full body shot of Justness. Then he gave me a full body shot of Lawboy. Then he did the same for Justness. And then by the time we reached this point, I had a much better idea of the color palette I wanted. A different artist put together the colors of these 2 pieces of concept art. This is what I wanted color-wise for the entire comic, for the entire series. However, it hasn't happened, and it's also another story for another time. That's it for now. Thanks for checking in with us here at Kicks. More videos on how Kicks makes comics will be posted as I have time to create them. Plenty of artwork has rolled in, but other projects have been keeping me busy. Until next time, later.